Yes, rather lads, welcome back to 99 Sport. My name is Cossy. Lots of story to get into, but I have a breaking story. I mean, it wasn't on my schedule, so it's kind of breaking. Chelsea still, Roman Abramovich, the European Union has decided that they will freeze Abramovich's assets as well. That is in support or on top of the UK government sanctions. So they're also, the UK in the same line are freezing the assets of Roman Abramovich. That makes it harder actually for him to do business. That makes it harder for him to sell Chelsea. That really puts Chelsea in a very, very difficult situation. But it's a bit of breaking news. We do have a couple of stories that I want to discuss and run through today. Pochettino, according to sources in France, has been sacked, and another warning has been issued. He will be leaving PSG at the end of the season. We will talk about Messi and Neymar being whistled. I think the right word to use that is they were booed in that 3-0 victory over the weekend. PSG, of course, were victorious, but I think PSG fans have started to realize to some degree that it's not about winning the French League 1. It's all about the Champions League. Because look at Bayern, look at Juve. If you don't win, if you don't win the UEFA Champions League, despite the fact that you're so dominant at home, it really doesn't make any sense. It's just boring, so monotonous. But we'll get into that story as well. At Barcelona are really closing on a couple of deals. I mean, it's interesting how they just turned negative to positive, bad to good, dead to alive. I think Xavi deserves lots of credit. I think Xavi and Mikel Arteta, I will do videos on this channel about those two. They deserve massive credit. Look at Barca now. They're trying to attract those very, very interesting names in Christensen, Cesar Azpilicueta, Rudiger, and a couple of others, and Haaland, just to name but a few. But there are a couple of deals they are closing on, and I'll be letting you know. Ronaldo over the weekend broke, and now he holds the world club record in terms of scoring goals. 806. Impressive. Very, very impressive. Do smash a like on the video. Do subscribe to the channel as well. Massively appreciated. If you love the content, let me know down in the comments below. And what do you think about look, it doesn't matter which club you support, as long as you love football. Let me know what you think about these stories. Right, let's start off with PSG's Messi and Neymar were booed over the weekend. Now the first story I saw came out was from Fabrizio Romano, and he actually said Neymar and Messi have been booed by PSG fans. It's so embarrassing to be booed by your own fans. I think that is the most uncomfortable situation in football, when you're booed by your own fans. Like, you do not expect the opposition to back you up. It's always the home fans. It's always your fans, and of course we know how strong the PSG fans are. But they put Messi over the weekend with Neymar, and the reason for the reactionary mood was because they actually PSG around a week ago now were kicked out of the UEFA Champions League, despite the fact that they had a 2-0 lead against Real Madrid. But for me, I think this is irrational. Look, you understand, because I'm a football fan. There are many times I've been so angry, like Xhaka. But I think, players need to take the blame where where it deserves. Yes, Kylian Mbappe didn't get the blame because he scored in both legs against Real Madrid, and a couple of goals that were actually disallowed. And I think PSG were unlucky. PSG were, it was not their time to go. But because we also know the pedigree Real Madrid have in the UEFA Champions League. But my point, lads, is, should Messi be targeted? Really? Yes, he's really, really He's performing so poorly for PSG, especially, actually not especially, but both in the UEFA Champions League and at home. He's not the player they signed and welcomed from Barcelona. He's the exact opposite. But for me, with Messi, it is not all about Messi. Talk about Mauricio Pochettino, who I think is unfit. He's just unfit to be manager of Lionel Messi, Neymar, and Kylian Mbappe. He's unfit to be, their manager. You've got to talk about the other things. I mean, we are leading 2-0, and then we get knocked out by 3-2. Surely it isn't the striker. Surely it is not the forwards. Talk about the defense. Talk about the back line. I mean, I looked at some of the goals that they considered, especially the third goal, the Benzema, scored, and I'm like, Donnarumma makes a mistake. That is not on Messi. That Marquinhos makes a mistake on the third goal. That is not on Messi. I think they were looking for, and it's happened so much in football. At times we're looking for structures where we can vest our anger, where we can rest our anger. And PSG fans, Neymar, Messi, maybe they have not performed to the level they expected them, but being booed by your fans, Messi over the weekend, it was absolutely nasty. But of course, as Messi was being booed by the fans, could he retire? I don't know, but personally, I think he still has around 2-3 more seasons to go before he retires. But as he was being booed and he was actually, seeing his own demolition by his own fans, Cristiano Ronaldo was making history in the Premier League and also, in the world at large. Cristiano Ronaldo now at club level has scored more goals than any other player in the history of documented football. I will say documented football because there's so many leagues out there that are not known. People are doing, players are really doing lots of stuff out there, but no one talks about them. It is because those leagues are not really documented. So in documented football, FIFA, recognized by FIFA, there is no player who has scored more goals for during his club career than Cristiano Ronaldo, and that is 806. What a way to celebrate becoming the all-time goal scorer for club by scoring a hat-trick against Antonio Conte. Spurs. Damn. I mean, look. Okay, so what happened there? During the weekend, I think Manchester United fans will be very, very happy. Scored that hat trick. It was really, really good. I mean, the goals were breathtaking. I had to rewatch them and rewatch them and rewatch them to just make sure that these goals are really, really, really. So Cristiano Ronaldo is now the all-time goal scorer when it comes to club football. All clubs recognized by FIFA. 806 goals. Of course, he came out and said, "Look, it's a very big achievement, and I always have much respect for all those players, all those people whose records have actually smashed." So no bad blood in there. Moving on, lads, to what is happening around football elsewhere is PSG have, according to sources from France, because this is not yet official, so Cossy is just giving you a bit. PSG, I believed that they have sacked Mauricio Pochettino. And this is the second time this story is actually coming out of France from very authentic sources. Mauricio Pochettino will not stay at PSG at the end of the season. Now this means Manchester United could sign him as early as they want, if they want, because honestly he's going to be jobless at the end of the season. Personally, I've always thought Mauricio Pochettino is a good manager. To put him in charge of this PSG team that is buying players just because they have the money aimlessly, I thought it was wrong. I think he's a manager that believes in getting his own players, build a philosophy. I don't think he's a bad manager. I think if you give him a Manchester United, if you give him a club like or maybe Spurs, maybe he can do a better job than he's doing at PSG. They will win the French League, but in most cases, I can confirm that he will not stay as manager at PSG come the end of the season. Obviously, PSG are looking at winning the Champions League. So if you cannot do that for them, then literally it doesn't make any sense. Let's talk about Chelsea, because Chelsea, just like Messi maybe and Pochettino, are also in the mud. Now, the latest that came out of Chelsea before the breaking news was that Barclays was cutting ties with them, and anyone who had a corporate credit card or a credit card, a Chelsea credit card, how is it called? Barclays credit card linked to Chelsea, or Chelsea credit card linked to Barclays, something like that. But the whole story is Barclays came out and first and foremost denied the story, and they said, look, we are not cutting off your the credit cards from Chelsea, but it looks like yes, they will be cutting off credit cards, because the EU in the latest stories has actually now also allowed the freezing of all assets in the names and owned by Roman Abramovich. Now, look, I think this is more destruction. This is very, very detrimental to Chelsea as a club. Yes, they're punishing the one and only Roman Abramovich, but also you've got to think about Chelsea. Now, look, I don't know how these things are really gonna work, but Chelsea is in absolute trouble. Ending with Barcelona, they did win 4-0 at the weekend against Osasuna. They are back. They're now among the top 3. It looks like they will be going back to Champions League. Can they just miss out on Champions League? They can't. Xavi is doing a very, very good job there, but I think they're also doing very well in terms of recruitment. They brought in the likes of Adama and the likes of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in January. They have really, really, really done well in terms of saving the season. And now they're on the brink. Is it brink? Yeah, brink. They're this class, right? They're this class. Yeah. They're very close to getting in Noza Mazoy, right back from Ajax. He will be a free agent in the summer, so a 4-year contract is awaiting him. Barcelona, obviously, if you look at their right back position, they do have Dani Alves there that re-signed at the coming of Xavi, but they just need something different. They just need something new. They just need something fresh. So Noza Mazraoui for me would be a perfect player for them, and they have had my cries, and they will be getting, they'll be going in, and it's also confirmed and dusted. They will be taking in Andreas Christiansen from Chelsea on a free deal as well. Of course, we know the financial difficulties and problems they have as a club. They really can't afford to go luxurious. But the good thing they've done as Barcelona, they've decided to go for loan deals, and they have decided to go for free agents. They're looking at Cossy, they're looking at Andreas Christiansen, who is a done deal, and now they're also closing in on the one and only Noza Mazraoui at right back. If they can keep on doing this, probably in the next 5 years, we will see a very, very strong FC Barcelona. So that is the latest in terms of sport. Smash the like button, subscribe. Arsenal fans, if you want the latest around Arsenal, it is Cossy's Arsenal podcast. And obviously, like I said, we'll have those topical discussions, we'll have those debates, we'll have lots of content coming your way on this channel. Make sure whenever you watch it, you subscribe. Whenever you watch it, you hit the like button. Cossy will speak to you very, very soon. And 99 News will be back tomorrow.